Alright, hello guys, back here with Game 3 between Outplay and MOBA in the EVC Winter Season Finals. And something from the draft, we already have the first 3 bans for each team. So Outplayed again choosing blue side here, even though they won on red side last game. I suppose they are more comfortable with it drafting, maybe more prepared. Doing this, we see Casio first ban from Outplay, to which Mobart responds with a Rise. This is a bit standard. Banning Casio away means that opens a Rise first pick for Outplayed, which was very good last game for them, and banning the Rise away just helps out Mobile more. GP here ban from OP to sound that they respect Stimbose with Rise out taken. Maybe Vladimir is not good response to the GP because of the ways the other players work and the rest of the draft will work for them. So they choose to remove the GP here. I think a very good ban here against MOBA. Nocturne as a response here for MOBA, signaling that they might want to pick Tristana early in the 1-2 rotation means that Outplayed is forced to ban Tristana away, thinking they have no other choices. Last ban from MOBA is Kiana, which is very weird. I expect maybe they think they can take Kiana here. I suppose Kiana is a flex between Ekkas and Energy, so that even puts more strain on the draft from MOBA if they leave it open. Then again, with this, they do leave open a few picks, which are good. They do leave away the Zaya because they don't really ban Zaya on red side. They aren't really afraid of it. It leaves away the Syndra as well. It leaves away the Gragas for Ekkas, which is a pick that he's very good on. And these three are the main 3 contested picks right now, unless OP has something else in their mind and they go for something else. But I suppose Gragas would be a safe pick here. Maybe they can even go Syndra. But they instead just take the Zaya. Say first game was a blunder draft. It's fine. We fix it now. Um, we can still play the Zaya here. And Mobile is in a situation where they don't have GP to pick here yet. But unlike first game, Null is open, not banned away. One thing to note as well, Leona not banned away as well. So Darkrai has an option to go that if the enemy does go Nautilus, and I think he will for sure try to go that. So Moba chooses here to take Nautilus away, and maybe he's going to look into the Lee Sin here again. I think the Karagas would be much better of a fit, but Kema has been comfortable on Lee, I suppose, in this series up until now. Mechanic wise, I think he's solid, so I guess you can just give it to him. Strata is open, however, and they choose to give it to him, so you don't end up taking the jungler. They wait for the jungle pick from Ekkas. I think here, with the Strata being taken away, you can actually just choose to maybe go Kali mid lane. You can fill bot lane. I think you take Leona and you take jungle, or you take Leona and you take Akali. If you take jungle, probably it's gonna be a Lee Gragas here and then a ban on your other junglers and the rest. If you take Leona jungle and you give up the Akali, which is I guess a safer one, I suppose you can just the enemy can just pick jungle and it's basically traded. Sudra is again flex pick between Aki and Gubi. Gragas is taken here, so again expected to be taken by Ekkas and Leona, as I've said. Super easy to predict those drafts because it's just the best choices possible. And I'm still surprised we haven't seen an Ornn here. I think it's a very solid pick, especially with the way these teams have one. Both have one with better scaling and better mid game, and I think Ornn fits that very well, and I think they should maybe go for that. But Ornn is, right as I say that, locked in here, and it's a flex pick between I think Stand Boss and Click. I don't know if Kemo plays it. I'm not quite certain of that. Imagine not, probably. Maybe he does though. Draft is looking very good. A lot of CC to deal with Desire. But both drafts are looking quite okay up until now. I'll say maybe depending on what MOBA picks for the rest of the champs. The problem now with this is if they do put the Syndra bot lane, what did they put mid lane to be able to give a AD threat? Lucian, but Lucian doesn't scale very well. Maybe Ornn can help him scale very well. But other than that, there's not much else you can put mid lane. So this Syndra is kind of forced a bit to go into mid lane and to pick a more standard AD. Maybe a Varus, but that's be a lot of magic damage, and it's gonna be pretty bad into the Leona. but we're gonna see what they choose to do. Camille ban here. Suddenly they don't want the Camille into the Ornn. Quite possibly the Ornn top lane. Olaf ban here from P. Stronger early game jungler that they can make plays with. Having Nautilus, Olaf, Syndra is very, very good for a team to want to play around the early game. Kali removed here from a Biomobile Rock from outplayed. Perhaps kind of pick into the Syndra mid lane. Something that can survive that and it can also impact the map early on. Make plays with the Galio, with the Gragas. And Akali, banned away by outplayed. I don't know if the Akali was needed as a ban, honestly. I guess the Kalio forces that, and the Galio ban maybe does that, forces OP to ban away the Kali, since also pick into that. So, but I guess if Moa plays a Kali, it's not that particularly good because she doesn't really have she needs Rabadons to have an Ornn item. If it's Nautilus mid and Syndra bot, then they don't really have any AD threats in the jungle. Olaf removed Lee is the only choice, but it's not a very good AD threat later on in the game. Kana removed as well. So it's not like they really have many choices left. If we take a look at the options for mobile in the draft for any AD threats right now, if the Syndra goes bot lane, of course. So I don't know if the Akali ban was quite warranted there. Oh, we're back. I suppose this. Lee second by Kemwa again, preferred by him throughout the series. 2 games on him already, 1-1 loss. I guess considering his shampoo, it's a fine pick. Now this is weird from Outplayed, picking this Aatrox here. I find that really odd to do this. I guess, I mean, I don't know for sure what the Dara's shampoo is, to be honest with you. No, it's not here. They don't have the Dara in the lineup. So we don't really have that in the EVC. We can go on Gamepedia and see that. Alright, so in EVC he played Renekton, Akali, Pantheon, Renekton, Panth. We've seen some nerfs on Pantheon, is there 919 as well? It's quite far away. Camille, Vlad, Akali, Nico, Renekton, Aurelia, Sion here, but that's in spring. So not many choices maybe remaining for him. Renekton is not a very good pick into Ornn. You kind of lose lane with Ornn, but lose gracefully with it. Kali could have been a pick. Camille is removed. Irelia is again not very good into Ornn. But I guess this is still the old Conquer, and it can still work somewhat for Irelia. Other than that, you don't really have much to do. I suppose you can play scaling into it, but they choose not to. I would have much preferred a Vladimir here into the Ornn and just scale the Vladimir up to enough items, rather than the Aatrox, which I don't see the value in it other than them being a bully for Ornn early on. Because Ornn doesn't want to play side anyway. Can you force him to go side? I suppose, but the DP will still happen. And the Echo pick here is a response to Syndra, where they think it's Syndra mid lane. And it's quite a solid response. The only problem is, again, Outplay didn't take consideration. This could be a Syndra bot. Renekton is AD threat coming in from mobile. It's a composition that really relies on the early game execution because of the Lee, because of Rena, because of the Syndra bot lane. But I guess they do have a bit more scaling because of the Ornn items and the Syndra. Whereas OP scaling isn't really there either. If you take a look at it, there's Zaya, the Dara is on Aatrox, not really fantastic scaling champion. And in team fights into the CC of Ornn, Nautilus, I don't know if he'd be able to do anything. Echo again, very hard countered by the CC that the enemy team can output. pick there. I don't know if it's the right choice. Options still available on the table for more safer picks in mid lane. You could still go Orianna into the Syndra and you'd be fine. I think with the Gragas and the Leona it works very well. Um, you can go just I guess Ori is the safest pick that you can probably take in this situation. I think they should have really gone for Ori here instead of the Echo, and maybe Ori Vlad have Zaya as single AD threat. It would be good because then it forces Ornn to itemize into the Pistol Mask early, which is good. But the problem is that Ornn will need the three like the two items he'll upgrade is Abyssal Mask and the Sunfire Cape. That means he doesn't get to upgrade Iceborne, which is very good into Desire, just because of the armor that he gets from it. So in a sense, I guess this pick face here on 4-5 for up play is really weird. If they just play it safe, because they know that the enemy doesn't really have anything like hard scaling yet picked, they could just opt into the Ori and the Vlad, and I think they have enough engage in their team to make them both work. And then basically ask Mobile, what do you want to last pick mid lane? You want to put the Syndra bot lane? Sure. What do you pick mid lane to have the AD threat? We outscale you anyway, so on and so forth. So I suppose um, this draft is much more close to each other. We see a playstyle, I guess, which is easier. I'll play still plays for the 1-3-1 with the Leona and the Gragas. I don't think that's really optimal. Zaya is usually quite good. I guess Gragas and Zaya is good as a disengage tool if you want to 1-3-1. So these are good tools. It's good to pick strong soul laners that go to side afterwards. But it's gonna be hard to execute. Opponents having Renekton also does make it very easy. Ornn still acts as a flex pick for them with Nautilus, and we're gonna see Nautilus being mid lane there into Echo. They don't eventually put the one there. They put Nautilus into the Echo, which I think is a good matchup for Nautilus. I think you can easily block the Q with the shield of Nautilus, and if you do that, then you'll be able to just get Private Melee permanently, especially after level 2. Because you won't get traded much by Echo, and if he tries to go into you, just auto him and you get Aftershock, and the trade basically ends before the second Q comes in. Into you. Renekton into Aatrox, also a pretty good matchup for Renekton. Problem is bot lane, how will Ornn still be able to survive the Xayah Leona? And that's how the game works. But this very strong 2v2 jungle mid here for MOBA, coming in with the Lee and the Nautilus. Especially early on. After Echo gets 6 is going to be a bit more complicated, but these two can actually just play as a unit on the map, just like OP played last game with Nocturne Kiana, and can do a lot of damage to OP. I think this game really relies a lot on how the junglers play the early game. I think it depends on Lee and Nautilus and how they decide to impact the early game on here, because this matchup can go both ways, but I think it's very Renekton favored. I think the matchup in bot lane is very volatile with Syndra and Ornn. But because I think also Syndra isn't quite the best pick. Syndra at level 6, if you think about it, can't really kill the Xayah alone without Xayah being CC'd. It's really hard to do. Leona at level 6 also is has a super easy engage onto the Syndra. Ornn doesn't have an immediate response. This Q requires some time. Unless Xayah is close to a wall. So this matchup bot lane is very volatile and can be easily attacked by Xayah, Leona after 6. So I suppose just waiting for level 6 here is the right choice for the bot lane of outplayed, with basically level 6 onto everyone is very strong. And I guess they need to respect the Lee Sin early and just play defensive until 6 on across the board, and after that it's much easier. And I guess Gragas' choice is to get Aatrox in a position where he doesn't lose to Renekton, because he'll eventually outscale the Renekton, I suppose. This is still a Shojin Renekton, so that's the thing to take into consideration, where if he opts into fast Shojin, then he still gets a strong 10-minute extra, and which is very strong. But then eventually Aatrox will be able to outscale and outsustain the Renekton. Averse played get by for both of them because of the conquer and innate healing that they have. Averse played, Jesus Christ, 6 shooters going. But overall, I think I'd maybe based on how the teams are playing now, I'd give the edge just to MOBA, but the drafts are very close to each other because they both have winning conditions, but they're not really related. They don't really counter themselves out. They can still work out. Um, MOBA has a needed time winning through jungle mid, but if nothing happens pre-6, and I think OP just has the bot lane that can snowball out of control, and I think that's a strong winning condition when you have such a strong bot lane here. You can then allow the side laners to have some breathing space, and if you manage to put Echo on a side lane and then all this has to answer it, or the Syndra has to answer it, it's really poor for MOBA, and then the OP would eventually win via either 1-3-1, which I think is better, and it's a better winning condition than what at least MOBA has. Again, very standard defense. Renekton playing very, very far up. But he goes back here. He respects the Aatrox. He respects the ward, recalls for the ward. Ward placed by Nautilus as well very early to maybe detract from a map split, but I don't know why he'd do that. I don't think Gragas would want to map split there on top side, so that's a bit odd. Maybe a lane invade was one thing they were afraid of. A good trade here for both of our top laners. Both junglers are on both sides, so both junglers without top side early on to impact that lane, which is I guess a good decision. Here's a power of the Nautilus where he can actually just do that, and he will eventually just outtrade the Echo on again and get a prio. And Echo can't really answer this. It's not really something you can do until you get, I guess, level 6 and you can play around the cooldowns of Nautilus. Here energy goes, gets a fast ward in, at least since Raptors. This is a full clear into a red. I guess there's a 3 clear camp into the top side, but at least he was spotted on his clear. He then goes mid lane and tries to come here. See, this is I think this is very, very forced in mid lane to make a play, especially since now energy doesn't have any reason to come here. This is a lot of waste of time. Like your timing was when Cannon died. I think now it's wasting a lot of time for Kema, and I think it's much better for him if he invades into the jungle slightly and just plays the ward, sees what Gragas is doing. Okay, Gragas is not here or here. Is he here, or is he just staying around the bot side, trying to do any cheeky plays, like can be here for a counter gank mid lane? Because if he just goes here and Gragas counter ganks, it's so bit problematic if Aftershock is not up on Nautilus. It's a Gragas that can output a lot of DPS just by his burst. I recall that's 1-for-1, but I don't know. This feels like a waste of time overall for the Lee. Energy has no reason to be here. Like if Lee just stays around Raptor, it's still fine because he's shadowing mid, and this wave pushes into the Nautilus. And if Lee threatens it, it's good. If he just doesn't show on the map though, that's I think worse for him. Also, Gragas could eventually be setting up top lane play via Predator through lane, so this is not very good for the Renekton. If he gets flash blown, it's super bad. Poor coordination here in mid jungle. Poor coordination again. For Aki to flash there. He thought maybe Lee would flash for the kill. If he would have done that, that would have been the first spot, but 2 flashes invest into it. They end up not doing it, and they lose actually quite a lot from it. He gets prio. Minskema's safe to take the crab. Echo here didn't recall, so this leaves Lee to be in a good position because he knows that his mid laner will be the first to come, as Echo is stuck catching the wave under tower. Problem here with taking the crab is that Aatrox has the pro in this lane, and I think Renekton has to take this wave first, and I don't think he can afford to just tank it for a bit and then move down. It's a lot of minions being here. And I'd much rather he frees it and Lee gives it up, and Lee then threatens a kill there, because if you take a look at it, then he still has 2 camps that he can take, and even if Kragas has those 2 to take, he'll eventually have Kragas respawn, and I think it's better for him to just go there. So Lee's being caught here. Very good flash from the Gragas. He misses the body slam. Gragas could easily react to the flash of his own, and then that's very bad for Lee. But Gragas doesn't know, doesn't react to it immediately, misses Q, and then Lee turns around. Good TP from Nautilus, Echo is delayed, and I think this is the reason why this worked, is because the Gragas didn't react in time to the Lee flash. and the Q was super. Like I think he just has to E this way, and if Lee flashes that way, I think it's fine for him. Also, Q from Atrox missed. So now OP will just lose this 3v2 because they don't even have any spells remaining, and they'll end up securing the blue. Enemy bot lane moves there because they have the prio. They scout out what the enemy has. They get the blue, and they'll eventually get the crab. The Dara actually helps Lee actually take the crab here. Killing it. And then the wave is in good position for Renekton. Renekton will be able to farm. Lee's around top side. Gragas is bot side. So Aatrox is in a very bad spot right now. So is Gobi, who makes a mistake by moving there and actually moving away from his lane. Posturing very aggressively here into the enemy bot lane. I don't think he should be doing that. Has to blow his flash. The volatile bot lane is even more volatile. 5 minutes. How long will it take for Zion? You want to get level 6? That's what's relevant. Because then that's when the Syndra should die without flash. Also very prone to a Gragas gank with Predator. Leasing around top side, forcing the Aatrox to go back. That's good play because of the mistake done by Akas and Didar early on. And Didar is punished for the mistake of his jungler. Overall goes wrong by energy here. And a very good gank by Gragas. Gragas was both side. Lee overcommitting on top side with this for a bit too much time. Like he's here, he's taking the Gromp. I think he doesn't need to show there. The bot lane without flash and with relatively low mana is prone to be dove soon. The wave is pretty poor for it, so I suppose he didn't expect that. But notice then loses prio because he's not mid lane. And Lee seems recalling out a word. Eventually Zad does make a mistake and dies. And Chris here, but the wave will get into the tower. Energy is here with the echo to clean up. Just click. Comes spread the Gragas, eat flash, super easy kill onto the Syndra. And then I think the TP here from Semboss is overforced. Too late. He shouldn't have TP in the first place. The response TP from the TP from Irish is also quite okay. So then now it's 4v2. Semboss will go down. Lodiana will also die for this. TP coming in then from Gobi. And there should really be no reason why OP overstays here after they kill the Renekton. Like at this point, they should leave the Leona to die. If she gets hooked under tower, she's dead. E3 as a 3-man unit, just go back. I think the moment they see this TP here, like they try to actually kill Aki here, but it's not gonna happen. The moment they see a TP, I think the Dara has to use TP here. This wave is pushing into him. Renekton already TP'd. He lost a lot. Maybe TP's here and then forces, because Lee is eventually gonna come bot lane, forces Lee to go back, and they'd be able to get with the good trade there of 3-4-2. But Aatrox isn't up doing that. He ends up just hitting the wave, and Mobaral picks up 2 more kills and a dragon. And I think that's an overcommitment by OP, which is punished very well by Moba. But then again, Moba's position was the first play very poor. I think Yama should have hovered bot side when his Syndra had no flash to defend her. I don't think he can actually make that play. It's Syndra's mistake to go there and to have flash blown. But I think it should have been a fair response for Lee Nautilus to hover around this side now. Now that happened. The TP from Semboss is also very poor. Puts him behind even more. I should never do that. I should just look to TP to tower as Syndra and just pick up the farm. And I think that's fine. Yeah, just overstay on top from mid jungle forces this play on bot lane, which ends up in Moba's favor, but very weirdly enough. Aatrox doesn't really get far ahead. The wave is in a good spot for him, but unfortunately Lee is bot side and his Gragas is pathing top, so he feels very safe. Because of it, Renekton will eventually have to back out because of the Gragas posturing. But the bot lane takes a poor trade here, gets caught by QE from Syndra, and because of that actually Lee being bot is very good for them. And I think they should never get caught by that. How do you get caught by that? You know they're there. Well, poor attempt from Lee. do that. I don't think you need to queue. You just need to wait it. You threaten it and it's fine. I have to back out because Echo's here. Nautilus should just get Pyro mid. First of all, force Echo to be under there. Because they're so still playing. But gets spotted out by the rank just as he goes to ward. Aatrox not in position, so nothing happens there. Leasing around bot lane, clearing the wave, showing himself means that Paul is trying to dive, so they have to give up the wave. Here, this is why I said when Echo gets 6, he can finally do something. You play around the cooldowns, you ult on the Nautilus ult, and then you can just do that. Very good response by Lee though to collapse onto it. Echo being a bit too aggressive, knowing that Lee's bot side and maybe could come for a mid gank if Nautilus is playing so aggressive. I think he should have probably realized that that's going to happen and not be there. Okay, well played by Lee to do that. Dive top is tried, but it's super hard to dive to Renekton. And I think now they're just overcommitting because they think that they can try to kill the Renekton. Renekton instead overcommits himself, gets caught, gets bursted, and this also makes it just go in. He then ends up getting chunked as well. It's really weird. I think both teams knew that. Both teams thought they could just turn around, but it just wasn't the case. The dive was okay. I guess you forced Renekton ult, but you don't really get much from it. You just really need to play around bot side now as a Gragas. Even if your solo lane is that strong, you just need to play around your bot lane. Make Xayah a threat. If you make Xayah a threat, because you can technically kill the Nautilus, but if he gets if he doesn't get aftershock, if he doesn't use it in lane, and he gets it when he gank, it's super hard to kill him. If Lee counter ganks, you die. If you go top lane again, if Lee counter ganks, you die. You can't really dive around Renekton, even if he's behind. And Renekton is still going to be a threat on Shojin. So I think you just need to wait it out, wait for the items on Aatrox, and just put around the bot lane, get Xayah ahead, get Xayah in a position which they can actually just repeat kill this bot lane, force Lee to come bot side. If you force Lee to come bot side, Aatrox being ahead in AD will eventually be able to outscale the Aatrox. Echo and Nautilus will be able to just get prio at that point and just try to roam up and back up the Gragas. And that's basically how you try to win the game. You'll eventually look for dives in bot lane. That's kind of all you do. Instead, they're looking for a lot of plays on top side, which I think are not really necessary. Already Aatrox in a good position. As I said, very volatile for Ornn Syndra, and they go there. Nautilus is here first. No TP on Echo, so he can't come first. Tidara does come, but Xayah ends up dying there in the 1v2. Oh, he gets not ulted. Okay. He should just walk the tower now and then come back, but he gets hit by both Nautilus and Syndra here. Tidara is fighting here until energy comes. Nothing happens. Very good for play from Syndra and Nautilus to just survive there. End up taking just a 4-4-0, a 4-4-1 technically. And now the dive happens in top lane. 4Q there from Lee, but the dive works. Maybe they didn't know that he had a stopwatch. Wait. No, they should have known they had stopwatch. I guess he forgot that it's a 10-minute mark. Nice try from Mecha, it's not much you can do though. Yeah, now Moba is in the driver's seat. Stimboss overstays, and Dart tries to find a kill on him, but will not be able to because Lee's coming here. Lee finds a nice Q, and will eventually be able to pick up the Aatrox. Very good to be here for a counter gank, especially if he knows Stimboss was in a position where he needs to push the wave in. He runs directly from red to there. Maybe he should have run directly. No, it's fine. I mean, yeah, that was an overcommit from Renekton. But anyway, works out. Guess it's good. This is very good for Lee. Anything to put your Renekton ahead is super good for you. You reset now and you go to bot side, Draken is up, so everything is perfect. Not just gets pyramid. And you know Gragas is here, so he has to play a bit safe. This will allow Echo to get prio. There's the control coming in from Leona. Okay. Oh, that's a very advanced Nautilus. Okay. I guess he didn't spot the Leona not being bot lane. And then a fight for Drake occurs. Ornalty only on Gragas though. Okay, what the hell is going on here? Dragon killed. Let's go this in 1x so I can actually see what's going on. Shit. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Okay. Dragon is very low. Lee has unit. Slain by Leona. Okay. What is going on here? Camel comes in. Kicks Rokas out. Good. He's back in. Smites early. But who smites first? He smites first. 20 HP. Leona gets it without you. Right, that's really unfortunate. In the meantime, Moba's backline is having problems. Energy ults. Simboss manages to clean up 2 people. Oh, Gooby doesn't die. He comes back up. Manages to eat both of them. That's actually pretty good. Simboss alive. Oh, but Idara picks up the kill. Triumph survives, and Idara will just clean this up for sure. Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't know if they should fight this without Aki. It was a close fight, but still. It's not like the enemy didn't have ults. I mean, they didn't have Leona ult, but I think that's big enough. And I think energy as a threat in the backline against the flashless Goopy is too big. So I don't think they should take this fight. If you take a look at their summoner spell, they don't have flash on Renekton, they don't have flash on only no flash on Syndra. So it's very, very hard for them to actually win this fight. Because they are the ones who need to be kind of a bit because of their lack of mobility coming in from the Syndra. And the lockdowns you see that the enemy can have and dive potential with the Echo and Gragas. In the end, the fight was very close because Idara was more die. If Idara dies there, I think Gooby survives. Yeah, if Idara dies there, Gooby survives. And the fight is turned around a lot because then Click JJ is alive. And Renekton will be able to kill the Leona, I think. The Leona, the Leona. But I think in the end, they shouldn't still have taken the fight. It's a close fight, but no sums. And only Leona ult not down, not up, is not a good reason to fight there. Oh, this goes very poorly. I should just wait for a kick maybe. He gets bought on the ward and then he overcommits. He thinks he can make it happen. No ult on him, no ult on him. This is a poor decision. This just gives Herald to OP. I think OP just rushes Herald here. Yeah. It's post 14 Herald, so it's not really as impactful, but it's still a free tower. Yeah. Now they reset. They should never do this. I mean, at this point, what happens? So Rena wins side lane because of Shojin. Aatrox still needs Cleaver Death Dance, I suppose, to be able to fight this. Gragas opted for Lucidity, which is good considering the double Merc buy in mid jungle. Echo is 36 behind on Nautilus, maybe from too many roams happening. He's really far behind on the Nautilus. Nautilus is super big and I don't think he can match him anymore. Effectively, their soul lanes are so far behind that it's hard for them to actually be able to one-to-one effectively. Because they're now inside lane and Nautilus doesn't mind that. They have to play around the TP advantage then, but their TPs are closely the same. Then Zaya is very far behind on items. She doesn't have ER completed. And Syndra has a mage, she has Ludens, she has Sorks, and she only gets better from this. And stronger spec on Oblivion. So effectively the map is MOBAs at this point, and they can do whatever they want with it. Gubi is caught out though very far ahead, and he almost turns around on Ekkas. But does invest flash into it. I don't think you should invest flash into it. He buys time, forces Ekka to reset, but you invest your flash for it. And next time you're going to be versus Leona Echo, it can be dove easily. But I suppose Echo still doesn't have the items to do that. They'll eventually Herald top, take it. Ekkas is a bit greedy for some minions. They hit Herald on T2 as well. Okay, that's I guess good. And then they come to clear the wave. You just need to keep Echo here on the top side and to put Idara on a bot lane. Try to scale up. I think they effectively need to make a freeze here happen. Baron is 4 minutes away. So I think in those 4 minutes, maybe let's Swift push in here, make a freeze here with the Aatrox, maybe throw a Leona and Gragas onto Renekton when Leona has Ignite, and I think Renekton has to respect that and back out a bit. Problem is then if Nautilus ever doesn't have any problems top lane and Echo doesn't manage to get the wave pushed in, and Nautilus just his mid lane, it's super hard then. I guess. No, actually, it should be easy. They do have the Zion, the Gragas. The double engages usually enough to repel the Gragas disengage. But they actually choose to put a Renekton here because they respect it. Aatrox is trying to freeze, just keeping the wave there. Very good decision. OP just needs to get some vision control of the jungle, leave their tier 1. Okay, that's good. They overcommit for that. You go mid lane, you force it. I think if you have Leona there in mid lane, Syndra dies because she's flashless. But I think Leona's very slow to the. I don't know why Leona's here. I don't think Leona should be the one to be first. I think Graga should be here instead of Leona. Leona should be sitting way closer to. Oh shit. My epic pen is done. No, never mind. Oh yeah. Okay, give me a second. Alright, let's see if this works better now. Okay. Yeah, this works good. Because the thing is, this tower will fall anyway. If this tower falls anyway, then does it matter if you defend it? It doesn't matter. So you don't really need to rotate all your people around. As long as Echo stays here and he hits the 1Q here and then 1Q at his tower, the tier 2 is not in danger, and then you can commit 3 people mid lane. And I think you know that Syndra is the one who has to respond mid lane first, because Nautilus is the one with the CC, so he's top lane here. So if he moves here, Lee Sin is obviously close. Ornn should be closer to Syndra, but because Syndra is flashless, you obviously can just react to her with the Leona ult, and then she dies easy to Leona's eye. So I think it's a mistake of Darkrai being too far ahead up here to defend when there's no need to, because this tower falls anyway, and you have to play to get the advantage afterwards, and the advantage is this. I guess the problem with that, you don't have the mid wave cleared, the mid cleared of vision control, so then TP from Nautilus can occur here and then can be a flank if they overcommit on the Syndra. I think Syndra dies and then the double TP from Energy and the Dark can easily respond to the TP from Nautilus. But Leona's too far away and they can't really commit onto the Syndra. Syndra just ends up farming mid, Ornn is there to protect her. Renekton here. Renekton finally can actually go bot lane to push the wave in. He doesn't have TP, so that's why I guess he stays here for a longer time. Wave finally goes in. Didar didn't really freeze it. With its sour, so that's 2 waves or 3 waves being missed by Renekton, which is in OP's advantage. And now there's a fight for an Ocean Drake, which is useless. And I don't get why the fuck you're fighting for this Ocean Drake. Why are you fighting for Ocean Drakes? It's 17 minutes in. What do you need it? It's not season 10 yet. Why do you fight for the Ocean Drake? No, don't fight for the Ocean Drake. They have bad team fighting. No, no. No. What is this? Why do you fight for this? You can't fight it. Who'd you Leon ult? No one. Oh, Guppy's untouched. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, that's great. Echo has. Okay. That's just fantastic. Holy shit. That was bad. That was horrible. Jesus Christ. Oh my lord. Oh, imagine giving up your chances to win the game for an Ocean Dragon. Just give the enemies a bit more gold to be more far ahead. Ah, but they were in a good position. OP was such a good position before this ocean. It's insane. Why do you need to force it? Why do you need to force it? Look. Oh wait. Look at the goal differential. It's 1k. It's only 1k, and he goes to 4k just because of that fight there. That's taken for no reason. Like just let your carries get items. Just let your soliners get items. Get your Zaya items. It's fine. Their comp doesn't really scale too hard. Even if they have Ornn, it's support Ornn. Support Ornn scales very slowly because he needs XP, but he can't get XP if it's support. Syndra scales well, and with support Ornn, she will scale even better. But the problem is, Luns will be upgraded. She doesn't have time to get Rabadons yet. Nautilus falls off, Lee Sin falls off, Renekton falls off. Aatrox scales better than Rene. Echo scales better than Nautilus. Zaya scales better than Syndra. It's just you need to get 3 items. Just 3 items. 3 items. That's all you need. 3 items. And it's fine. The Shojin on Rene gets outscaled. This guy will go AP and will get Metal later on. Like, just wait. You don't need to make plays. Not for an Ocean Drake, that is. I feel like teams are taking this, are not playing to their win conditions too well. Even if the team is getting, if the team, I don't know, if the team scales better, then just don't play to the scaling part of it and just force plays randomly. Like Echo's so far behind right now on items. It's so insane. It's a Ludens versus a Wisp. Like it's so big. Top lane item difference is huge as well. Bot lane item difference is huge as well. Zaya doesn't even to invest into Amar. I don't know why she's doing that or why she's going Zeo. She just needs the IE. That's it. Ornn engage is good but can be bypassed easily by Gragas ulti. If Ornn engages from too close, Gragas ulti him and the engage is gone. And it just still time on the tier 2s. You just defend this area to your best. They can't really do Nash because they don't have anyone to do Nash with. So at this point, I don't get why OP lost it. I remember. I don't know how they lost it. The fight here was awful, and I think now they just need to defend this area, and that's it. Like, what does MOBA Rogue do if OP just defend this area and don't make any mistakes, don't get caught out? Nothing. Nothing. Just MOBA just doesn't do anything. Nautilus just will get outscaled eventually by the Echo. Like he can do as much as he wants. He can roam as much as he wants. They have to look for dives then, but dives are dangerous. Because you're diving an Echo, you're diving a Leona, you're diving a Zaya, you're diving a Gragas, you're diving champions that they're hard to dive. Especially now because Gragas will be going to Zhonya soon, he's 300 gold away from Zhonya's, Echoes has ult, Zaya has ult, Leona has ult and it's super tanky. Like, I don't understand. What is MOBA gonna do from this position? If OP didn't make the mistake on Dragon, and if they just chill here. Like, look, why is Didara so far away? Just go back. Renekton is pushing into you. He gives you the wave. He could just freeze on you, but no, he gives you the fucking wave. Because he's forced to make a play around the map. Oh no, there's no Drake, there's only Nashor, but the enemy knows you don't play around Nashor, because you can't do it. Like, see, they can get all division control they want, but MOBA Rock just doesn't have anything to do. Just freeze it. Oh no, he let. Ah, Titara, Titara, Titara. Ah, Dios mío. Yeah, Syndra went Morello as well. I guess he's needed versus Echo Atrox. Not much you can do. Landries would have been better for the DPS. It happens. I'm really curious to see. I don't really remember how they lost the game. What they do to lose the game. Oh yeah, group 4 people. Yeah, go face check jungle. You need to face check jungle. You really need to face check jungle and you really need this red trinket here on Echo. It's really useful. You totally don't need just a blue trinket and you're fine. Because double blue trinket will be enough. Yeah, good job, good job. Nice one, Ekas. I flamed the wrong jungler. I don't remember this. I flamed the wrong jungler. Holy shit, Ah! Ah! Look how much time it takes for a MOBA to do this. I don't even think OP needs to just contest it too hard. You just need to chill. I think if they just show and MOBA realize that, I don't know if they can do anything. They still have a blue trinket available, so they can just wait for it. Oh no, but instead they choose to commit to a fight. 4v5, 1 for 1, 1 for 2, 1 for 3. Okay, I guess we use flash. Okay, I guess one swint. Holy shit, what? I framed the wrong player. My bad. My bad. Gragas is on dragon, realize that, so he TPs there. That's just stops Gragas from doing it. They go back to Nash. They have to respond anyway. Oh, but Gragas caught out. So he dies anyway to Nautilus. Poor. He was there alone. So well, no. Did not come there in time? No, really. Gragas is overstepped. He thought maybe he was doing it. And another fight Nasher. And another wipeout. And Gubi barely existing. Sacrifice is very good by Gubi there to actually just hit his no R. They take Nash. And they eventually will take the game now. But it's imagine if OP actually didn't try to fight for these to face check here and just stood here and just played around two blue trinkets. Because MOBA takes 20 seconds or more to do Nash. And it's enough time for Gragas to steal. If you push this wave in, you have enough time to also come in and not face check through this area, which helps out the Nautilus, the Syndra, the Ornn. Like you just need to approach from open spaces, like here. And if you push out this wave super fast after they go to Nash because they have to go there, you can just easily check one blue trinket, see what they're doing, if they're baiting or not. If they're baiting, go back. They have to repush the waves, and you just stall time. But like this, OP just made a mistake and gave them all the fights that they wanted to take right when they wanted them. I suppose games will be over soon. I think you give in group connect on site and for 4 people. Oh no, never mind. They take a fight. Or they lose it. Wait, how they lose it? Oh, how they lose this fight? Okay, he misses, but that's a good one on Raresh. Raresh bolts super slow. Aatrox gets caught out. Zaya, oh okay, that's how. Zaya and Gragas just destroyed the Syndra. So they win the fight. Oh, Leona ult was good as well. Then just dies there. What is going on? OP overcommits. Why do you need to do it? Just take the win. Take it. Take it. You want a team fight. It's more than you can hope for. My Okay. I suppose whatever. Oh yeah, I remember now. I remember why I don't remember this part as well. Because I wanted to forget it. Uh, it's I was a fat end by OP this game to give MOBA the game. I think maybe this game is on OP more than MOBA won it. They didn't take the right opportunities for it. Yeah. Yeah, it eventually ends. Okay. Right. Okay. Alright then. Uh, then I suppose I'm gonna stop here for the game 3 discussion, and I'll film the game 4 and I'll post them all on YouTube. But this game was really, really, really on OP not understanding their comp and not playing to it. I think that's the biggest mistake. I think their comp, as bad as it was, I think it could have eventually outskilled the MOBA comp, even with all items. But it ended up doing it. Okay, alright. See you in game 4.